but a speedy recovery, and congratulations to Mohamed Nagy Geddu. I should have a break now. I do deserve a break, but after the break we are going to meet with a very new game, the American football, but in Egypt. Welcome back. Do you know that we do have American football in Egypt? Do you know that this American football here is depending on a non-profit organization, and there are 4 teams who are now getting prepared for the coming World Cup? All this, I didn't know anything about that. Maybe in half an hour we're going to know the details with the founder of the Egyptian Premier League of American football. Mu'min Naim,
Hi.
you are the founder of the story.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It started at 2007 when a group of guys made a big event on the Facebook. They invited all their friends to it. And for the first step, it was a good start. They tried to get the game more popular among the country and to play it as a main thing like the football, the basketball, the handball. They stayed playing from 2007 till 2010. Till 2010, I think so, until there is a businessman came from a big club called Wadi Degla.
Wadi Degla?
Yeah. He talked to the founders and the group who started the game here in Egypt to get the game inside Wadi Degla. They get the whole academy inside it to consist of 3 teams: Wadi Degla Al-Maadi, Wadi Degla Tajammu, Wadi Degla.
Okay, great. But you know, this was an invitation or a call by Wadi Degla to be the founder of the story and to be the very first club in Egypt to include an American football team for the Egyptians.
Or the sponsors, the main sponsor.
Great. How many teams? There were 3 by then?
There were 3, right.
I mean, it was by then a popular game. I mean, you found so many people who want to share, who want to participate.
Of course, it's about from it start till now about 4,000 players.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the ages ranging from?
From 13 till 30.
But you know, when I was speaking about American football, then I was speaking about giants, about people who are that much bodybuilders more than anything else. Of course, it needs a lot of fitness, very smart, good reaction. But, you know, as far as I was watching even the American football, I thought it's violent. And if I'm going to speak about myself as a mother, I will not permit my son to go there or to be a part of this.
No, as you think, it have a lot of techniques more than the violent, but all of people, because they saw the people killing each other, they think that it have a lot of violent more than the technique, but not like that.
Okay. Speaking about the difficulties you are facing as a non-profit organization responsible for this game in Egypt.
Yeah, right now.
Tell me.
We tried many times to get the game more popular and have a support from the government or from sponsors, but we didn't get anyone from them because in the governmental rules you have to get the game inside 4 teams, and only 3 teams were from Wadi Degla. You have to get 4 teams from different clubs, but we have 3 teams inside the same club. And we tried many times to get it inside many clubs, but we didn't get anyone except Wadi Degla. After that, we tried to get more sponsors to have a support, financial support, but we didn't get any sponsor because we tried many times, but no one was interested in it.
And what about the government? What about the Ministry of Sports?
You have to get the rules first before you get the federation. You have to get 4 teams, as I told you, in different clubs to get a federation. But there is no, it's only one club.
And how then you want to join the international union while we don't have a federation here in Egypt?
We tried to, right now we made a association, like a governmental association, like the federation. The International Federation of the American Football outside, we send our CV, the Egypt CV, or the files of Egypt to get inside the IFAF, the International Federation of American Football. They told us that you can join us without be a governmental federation. And right now we send our files and we are waiting for the acceptance. Yeah, acceptance of the files in the federation.
Great.
Till now.
But you know, I think this is something very much new. And there is no advertising, no marketing, no propaganda for it. How do you propagate for yourself?
On the Facebook, on Twitter, we have a website for the 4 teams.
It's only social networks.
Yeah.
No more.
One time on the TV, and we have a team, its name Sharks, get on the international radio in Boston in America. And articles on the Facebook and international websites too. But one time on the TV on another channel.
Great. Yeah. As far as I know also that you have a big dream to participate or to share in the World Cup.
Yeah, in 2015.
But I think you should be preparing from now.
Of course, but we are waiting for the files for the acceptance of the files, and after that we can be ready for the World Cup.
Let's leave the administrative file for a while and speak a little bit technically.
Okay.
Are we ready to participate or to share in such a big event? And if this is true, how and who are our coaches and how we are preparing, and if we do have special training camps inside or outside Egypt, how do we prepare for the coming months to be ready to participate in the World Cup?
It stops at the support, the financial support, because the American coaches, the most experienced in their field, they want a lot of money because of
They're professionals.
Yeah, of course.
It's their job.
All of them have a professional CV from many colleges there and teams. Then you must give him a lot of money to
come and to coach
accommodation and to get him as a coach for the teams. You have 4 teams.
But earlier we had American coaches.
Before that, in Wadi Degla, because there was a big support from the financial part from Wadi Degla, they was putting a lot of money for the game. They get everything for the game, the field equipment, the personal equipment, the coaches. They was giving salary to the Egyptian coaches too, the assistants of the head coach, the American coaches. And in a period of time, we have, in the one team, we have 7 coaches from America, I think, so it was a big support from Wadi Degla.
As the founder of the Egyptian American Football League, and as a player and as someone who is such a big fan of the story from A to Z, I think that you are also a fan of the NFL.
Of course.
You're watching the NFL all the time. How do you evaluate the standard or the level of the Egyptian players?
With the NFL?
No, it's not with the NFL.
Yeah.
Simply we're going to participate in such a big competition.
Yeah, okay.
we are just going through the preliminary rounds, or we are going to go through a little bit higher?
Of course, because the World Cup have a big difference with the NFL. The World Cup is containing the countries, not the teams.
Divided into groups like the football?
Yeah, rounds or groups. You will get inside a group, and I think the first and the second will be in the semi-finals, and after that the finals. If we try to get in 2015 World Cup, we have a lot of teams in this area, like the Emirates, the Kuwait, the Saudi.
We have played with those teams before. I mean, we have been through regional competitions before.
We have sooner or later we have a match in October this year with the AUB, the American University in Lebanon. We will play the first international match in Egypt with them.
This is going to be the first international match?
Yeah, because the support, there is no support from anyone. This is the first time for us to get the game for the first international game.
Okay. Since when a kid should start his career, or should start his a career, I may say, as an American footballer?
Okay, he can start from 12 years, no problem, because it's going to be a levels from 12 to 16, from 16 to 18 or to 20, and after that the adults, the professionals. From 12 he can play a flag football, not a tackle football. There is a difference. The tackle football, you will tackle everyone in your face, but the flag football, you will put in his pants like a flag. He will pull it and stop the player, not tackle him. There is no injuries in the flag football.
What about the injuries?
In the injuries, from 12 till 16. As I told,
no injuries, or at least no tackling.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Without tackling, no injuries.
Fighting, I may say.
Yeah.
After that.
After that, you have the personal equipment for your body. You have a helmet, a protected helmet for your
They're
head.
that expensive, by the way?
Yeah, they are expensive.
Then la crème de la crème are those who are going to be the team, to form the teams of Egypt. It's an expensive game.
Yeah, of course, because the uniform, not like the football or the basketball or the handball, you have protected to protect your body from the tackling.
Don't you think that this is going to be a defect? I mean, it's not going to be that popular among Egyptians because of this?
Why? We are in the Olympics. We have a lot of champions in the fighting games like judo and boxing. A lot of games.
Those games are not that expensive.
Yeah, but we here are trying to get support from the ELAF, the association, to get not to pay all the money for the equipment, but we are trying to make a plan, a long-term plan, to get the equipment for the players without paying all the money. Like a support from the 4 teams, and every time to get the equipment for a team.
Momin, every time you are starting something, you have dreams for it.
Of course.
What are your dreams for the American football in Egypt?
First one, to have a league, official league, as we do right now. We are an association, we can do an official league. Second thing, to have not too much sponsors, but to have sponsors like the football or the basketball or the handball. And after that, of course, to get Egypt team in the World Cup 2015. And lately, we can get on the Olympics. If the whole game get in the Olympics, we will share in the Olympics, inshallah.
Inshallah. We hope that all those dreams are going to come true, and we hope that Lu'ay is going to have more dreams. After the short break, we are going to meet with a player in the Egyptian national team of American football. Lu'ay, stay tuned. When Egyptians were really introduced for the very first time to Bob Bradley, he was the national coach of the American team in the 2009 Confederations Cup. And by then it was an ugly defeat to the Egyptians. It was 3-0. But we were introduced to Bob Bradley by then. We didn't know that he is going to be the coach of our national team and who had such a record five matches with 15 points to be qualified to the playoffs of the World Cup. And we are crossing our fingers that we're going to go to the World Cup after 23 years. By then, he was dealing with huge players. We were thinking that those are American footballers or basketball giants coming to play with us. Then this was the impression about America or about the American football. But here, Lu'ay and before Lu'ay Mu'min just have given me a very different image. Lu'ay, hi.
Hi, how's it going?
You don't seem like those giants who are playing American football.
No, at all.
Why? Just let me know.
Yeah, because American football is not about being so big or not being so small. There's differences between the size of people playing in the game. There are 7 different positions in the game. So I play as a wide receiver, which is the fastest position, fastest player in the field. I play on 2 wings of the field, so I fly by and I just catch the ball. I just score the ball, which is a touchdown.
Why in the first place you were attracted to American football and not to football?
I don't know. I just hate soccer. Yeah, I'm a swimmer. That's me. And then a basketballer. Then I turned to American football because I played at first, and I saw that.
And Momin was an athlete before.
Yeah, we're all athletes. We're not just people that came by the game. We're all athletes since we were kids. I've been an athlete since I was 3.5 years, and same goes for Momin. Same goes for all the other players. So
normal progress.
Normal progress. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So I just ended by that I played American football. I tried it once for the guys who started the game, and I found that I loved the game. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been playing it for like 4 years now.
Is it that violent as we see it?
No, it's not.
It's not?
At all, yeah. It's based on tactics more than being in violence. We're 11 guys in the field at once, and the best thing about the game is all of us, we have to cooperate for something. If one of us that didn't do his job at all, you're not going to pass. So we all have to do our jobs. That's number one. Number two, it's
as
about
far
tactics.
As I know that there are 2 or 3, I think, whose main job is to protect the QB.
Or there are 5, not 2 or 3. Yeah, 5, yeah.
Wow.
Because
this is their job?
Yeah, that's the job. They're called linemen. Yeah, they have to push back the other linemen. They are offensive linemen. They protect the QB, and they are the other defensive linemen who push each other or block each other from getting into the QB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, who is choosing for you to play in this position or that position? It is the coach, or this is your own talent? It's your own talent which decides.
Yeah, it's based on many standards. The first thing is the coach, and and on the same thing also, it's your body. My body, I'm 75 kilograms, so I play as a wide receiver. That's my body decides what position I can play. It's like 2 or 3 positions I can choose from, and then my coach advises me. But first thing is my body type. My body type decides where I play. So if a guy came by and he's 100 kilograms something, he has like two positions only. If a guy came like me, he has like 2 or 3 positions, like a wide receiver, a defensive backer. That's like the defense of the wide receiver, and so on. So at first it's the coach and your body type. Then you decide when you have many experience in the game.
Yeah. As far as I know that we are going to prepare for the 2015 World Cup.
Inshallah.
You know, this is such a big event, you know,
Yeah.
thinking about that, even it seems that I should start preparing from now.
We are.
Training camps inside and outside Egypt, watching the NFL, trying to know more tactics, having more coaches, you know, how to get more experience and to get ready for such a competition.
Well, we're doing our best in training. We train like 3 days a week. Then we're going to increase this to 5 days a week. That's number one. Number two, we're trying to put ourselves into many games and many matches inside and outside of Egypt. But the amount of support we're getting is not sufficient. So that's the small edge we're having. The other thing, we're looking for American coaches. We had before, my colleague Mu'min has been speaking about having American coaches before, and now we're not having them. The lack of support because we're independent, not having
non-profit organization or an NGO which is sponsoring the story from A to Z.
Yeah, we're me, Amr, Mu'min, the founders, all the founders, we're just sponsoring it from our own minds and our own pockets and our own everything. So we're doing it by our own energy and everything.
You
So,
love it.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah, we're doing our best.
Mm.
So we're trying to go into other matches, international matches and everything. But now it's so hard
I think
for
you
this.
should have a marketing team. You should know how to propagate for yourself. But depending on social networks all the time, I don't think that this is the way to reach Egyptians.
We're here to reach Egyptians.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So, I mean, we came here today to reach Egyptians. So that's number one. Number two, depending on social networks and...
I mean, what about going to the universities, to the schools, to the clubs, to have more teams or more campaigns to be launched to propagate for yourself and to tell all people that we are ready to receive people? Do you need more fields? Do you need more clubs? Do you need more camps? What exactly do you need?
We need more awareness. We need people to look at us in a different eye, that we're not like big guys hitting each other. We're playing a sport. This is like any other sport.
I tell you something.
Yeah.
Egyptians, you know, just I do have a ball and I'm going to play in the street. We are just five and five, and that's it. We are now 2 teams and we are going to play. But in American football, you need a helmet, you need a shield or equipments, and as far as I know, that they are very expensive, and we do need a place. So this needs a lot to tell, and this needs a lot to prepare for.
Yeah.
What are you doing to attract people to leave the simple story and to go to a more complicated one?
Look, I know what you're talking about. I've been living in Egypt since 23 years or something, so I know I didn't leave my country and everything. We're trying to first attract people to the game, not just like telling them, go and buy a helmet and a shoulder pad and everything. Just love the game. If they love the game, they can leave the rest on us. We already bought equipment for our teams. We already bounded the 4 teams in the EFL and everything. So we're trying to attract people that it's a new game, and everything. Like many games have roused now in Egypt, like new games like parkour and rugby and everything. So we're like them. It's no difference. They face the same problems that we face. It's the same thing. We're trying to tell people it's a new thing. I mean, people here, they know soccer by heart, because it's what they've been raised upon, you know. So we're trying to tell them it's a new game. Come and watch us. It's not violent. Come and try. And we've done this before. In Sharks team, in Cairo Sharks, and in any other of the 4 teams, we tell them the first time for free. So you come to the practice first time for free. You try the game. If you love it, you can complete. If you don't love it, you can just be a fan. You know.
Yeah.
So in the coming days, we're having a big campaign, inshallah, a marketing campaign in many places, to tell the people that we're there. We're not just like violent people or just like go to the gym. We don't take supplements. We don't take steroids. We don't take anything. We're just people that just eat big, train big, and love the game big. That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Let me return back to the World Cup. World Cup 2015.
Yeah.
This means that all the elite games are going to be there. The standard or the level of the Egyptians is going to enable us to go only to the preliminary rounds, or we're going to go a little bit further. You know, when I was asking Mu'min about that, it seems that he was very much optimistic.
Yeah.
And I can find the smile saying the same.
Yeah.
You have the mic.
Okay. Well, it's not about being optimistic. It's about being proud of who we are. We've been training around for 5 years now, and we know how we can compete. There's a difference between Egyptians and any other nationality in the world. We're tougher than the others, I know. But the others have been training
We are tougher than the others.
Yeah.
I love this. But was the impression of the American coaches who were here training you?
Yeah, this is the same thing. They saw us that we love the game so much, even though we've been playing only for like a couple of years. When like 3 years back, we saw a coach. He was American, and he was coaching us, and he saw us like, you guys are crazy. You guys are playing the game, and you're loving it, and you're watching games and everything, and you haven't even played the game for more like 2 years or something. So he loved us. He saw us like people who can start the game here, and here we are. We started the game already. We've been playing here for 5 years. We saw our standard, or we see our standard as a good standard to pass the preliminary rounds, and we left the other on Allah.
Bob Bradley, I want to have this quote to see if I can use this quote once to explain or to describe the way you, as the team of the American football in Egypt, are in front of people showing.
Yes, please.
This team has a strong belief. We have finished the group, and now we begin to think about how to be ready for the playoffs, because the goal for everyone in Egypt is, of course, the World Cup. Can I take this quotation to be applied on the American football?
Yeah, you can apply this and you can add on it that it's not about, it's not about only the strong belief, it's about also the sports experience that we have. We've been playing around sports since a long time. We've been here in Egypt. We haven't traveled in any other country, so we know how it works in sports mainly, and we know how it works in Egypt, and we know how it works in things mainly in Egypt. I know things aren't stable so much in Egypt, so
At least for the time being.
for the time being it is, but we're trying to add that we're doing our best. We're just like, we're self-motivated. We're not taking any money to play this game, so that's enough. We're self-motivated. We're trying to go every day, watch games, play games, and I mean, when I was in college, I took a football in my college to pass it with my colleagues and everything. That's what we do.
You're now graduated?
Yeah, I'm graduating.
From?
Computer science.
Great. Have you had time for playing while you were studying computer science?
I've been doing this since I was a kid.
Wow.
My time was split between sports and education, so that's how my family was raised, that's how my friends were raised, that's how everything.
I know this is great, but if you can give a piece of advice for anyone who want to start his career as an American footballer, should he start as you've started in swimming or being an athlete first, then moving to the American football, or he can just go straight to the American football?
He can just go straight to the American football because there's no danger in playing American football at first. There's no danger at the end. You just go by, trust me. You just go by, you just play the game. You love it. It's more about tactics, not about violence. Tackling and everything, there are forms of tackling like in football. I mean, in football, people slide on the green field and everything, and here it's a different form of tackling. So don't think of it as like we're hurting each other.
I don't know why we do have the impression that it's a fight. It's not a game. But you are saying that it's tactics more than anything else. You are the expert here, so I should believe you.
Yeah.
Speaking about this, how much time you should have for training? I mean, 3 times a week, 2 times a week, and each time it's 2 hours, 3 hours. But to be a professional, not only as an amateur.
All right, we're all amateurs, okay? So. Even the level
I mean,
of
to
amateurs,
play on behalf of Egypt, to be in the national team.
On behalf of Egypt, you have to train at least like four times a week, and each time is 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. That's on the field. And you have to go to the gym, you have to go running, you have to do other things, you have to have a diet, working on for food.
Diet?
Yeah, not a diet, I mean a regime.
I know.
Yeah, so you have to eat certain things, you have to sleep certain hours, you have to do...
And who decide for your nutrition?
We.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you don't have an expert or someone who would guide you, eat this and don't eat that, or have this diet?
No, just our previous experience from previous championships that we've been to.
You are doing everything on your own?
Yeah, that's it.
And there is no role for the government or for the Ministry of Sports?
We've been there. I know people know about us, but we haven't met anyone who needs to support us. I mean, people come by and people meet us like businessmen, like government people and everything, and they look at us like young adults or something that just playing by or messing by, and we're not. We're going to have a big international match in Egypt in October, and we're going, inshallah, to the World Cup in 2015. We're going to do many great things. So people are just looking to the obvious, looking to the guaranteed things. And I tell you, it's a guaranteed sport. It's like any other sport. People are just looking for the normal. People are afraid to change. So if people are willing to change and willing to support us and everything, we're going to be great people. We're going to be great athletes, just like any other country.
Then these are your expectations for American football in Egypt. Do you think that's going to be that popular in the near future? It's
going to be that popular, I assure you, because it's a new thing. People love new things. People like me, like any other people. I mean, like government people, they hate to change. So, but the other people, like the people, the Egyptians, they love to change. I mean, we've done like a lot in the political situation. So, if talking about the sports situation,
do you think that it's going to be one of the games or one of the sports of the upper middle class, like squash, like golf, like things like that?
Not
at least in the beginning.
Yeah, for the coming 2 years or something, it's going to be like this. Yeah, for the coming 2 years, because the sports equipment are so much expensive. You can buy a 3,000 pounds sports equipment for one player only, and that's you. You have to buy that's only the helmet, the shoulder pads, and everything, and the pants. You still have to buy like clothes and everything, the uniform, and you still have to pay for the field, pay for many things. So for the coming years, it's going to be for the elite people.
Yeah.
But we're trying to help. We're trying to get many sponsors so they can pay money for us, and we can get more people, like middle class people.
Yeah. As far as I know, that you are going to have your very first international match in October, and it's going to be with one of the American universities in Lebanon.
Yeah, American University in Beirut.
Okay, great. Meaning that this is going to be a decider. This is going to be somehow a way to evaluate your performance or your level as an Egyptian team.
Yeah, of course. We've been training hard the last days and the last years, so this is the first international match, and we have to win this match. So we're trying to evaluate ourselves. Yeah, with this match, we're seeing if we. No, I'm not going to say if we won, because inshallah we will win. So when we win this match, we're trying to see how much we're going to do in the preliminary rounds in 2015 World Cup.
Yeah,
so
and do you have any information about your rivals, your coming rivals?
Yeah, we have a lot of information. We've seen them before in a match with the Emirates team, with the UAE team. They're good.
What about the Arab teams, by the way? As far as I know, that they are in the United Arab Emirates, they're in Kuwait, and there's also in Morocco. So it's beginning to spread in the Middle East and in the Arab nation.
Yeah, there's in KSA, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Kuwait, UAE, and in Egypt. And by the way, Egypt has started it before anybody has started it. So, we're the first Arab team to start this.
But now there are federations in those countries, or it's also depending on NGOs like us.
Not NGOs and not federations. It's between the two things. It's they have an association to play the game, and they are now approved by the IFAF.
Do you have I mean, contacts with those teams in the Arab countries?
Yeah, we're friends with them.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
We talk like every day.
So why we didn't have matches between us?
Because most of the matches we're about to travel to their countries. At first, it's a game here, a home and away game. So we couldn't do this. It's a deal. We couldn't do this because we couldn't travel, because most of the people are in the army, and the other, it's a financial thing. So we couldn't travel.
Let's hope that all your dreams are going to come true, and let's hope that American football is going to be that popular in Egypt. And I should say, congratulations for your zeal, for enthusiasm, for the way you are talking about your team, for the big efforts you are doing for this. Congratulations and a tip of a hat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Luay, we are going to leave you with a promise to see you again in Score Sheet and on Nile International.
Inshallah.
See you after the short break. I'm going to come with plenty of news. Stay tuned. Back to the football, back to the World Cup 2014, back to Brasilia, but now to Asia with